So today I'm going to be creating a complete tier list from S rank all the way down to D rank of all the new Generation 8 Pokemon, starting with Wooloo. And Wooloo is the goodest boy. There's not much to say about Wooloo, really. Clear S rank. Now, I have to say, Rookidee is probably one of the better regional birds. I think that still lands it in B tier though. I mean, it's not particularly impressive in any other way. Can't say I'm a huge fan of it. Haven't really used one ever. So that can end up there. Qfant next. I think this is a solid B tier as well. I mean, it's cute enough. It's a nice little steel type as well. Pretty partial to the steel type, so guess it can go in there. Next up, Hatren. This is quite a difficult one. For me personally, I think Hatren's a C tier, though I'm sure that will rile a lot of people's jimmies. Appletum's up next, and I think that's fairly clearly a B tier for me as well. Just, you know, it's pretty good. I like it. It's a pretty cool design. For this one of the fossils, I mean, I can't even remember its name, so that puts it in C tier. But you know, it's not bad enough to go in D tier. I'm feeling generous today, perhaps. This thing is an absolute monster, and by extension of it being incredibly powerful, it gets to be in the top 3 tiers, but on the other hand, I've had to face them in battle before, and that's not an experience I'm going to forget. And it also has a gigantic afro that's somewhat out of place on this big monkey Pokemon. Cool Zen mode form though. Impidimp. That's probably a B tier for me. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. Not much to say about that one. The flower thing can go in C. I mean, I don't care that much for it. It's not horrific. Sandaconda, well, I like snakes, so that's a B for me. Dracovish, A tier. Weird, but very much lovable. I can definitely get along with this thing. You know, it's a boy. We'll carry you in a few battles. Fishious Rend is a very cool and very overpowered move. Shootle, no, the proportions are just too off. I mean, it looks a lot better when it evolves. I'll give it that. Dreepy is adorable, and by extension an A tier. Thwacky is an A tier for its name alone. The dog type thing, I guess, is a C tier. Thievul, pretty underwhelming. Obstagoon, again, pretty underwhelming for me. I mean, it's very powerful and all, but I'm not a fan of its design. I much prefer the sleek Linoon and Zigzagoon, especially in their Galarian forms. Barrascuda's pretty alright, I think. I mean, yeah, not really got anything against it. Corvisquire, it's fine too, pretty good for a regional bird. I'm a fan. I think Dreadnought's got to be an A tier because, you know, I think it looks pretty cool. Good Pokemon, solid all round. So a Water Rock type, which is nice typing, except for when you're up against a Grass type. And it's got Swift Swim, can do a few fun things. Got a Gigantamax form that we don't need to talk about. It's probably lucky that the Gigantamax Pokemon aren't anywhere on this list, otherwise they'd all be going horrifically low. I'm not a fan of most of them, except Centiskorch. The fully evolved Grass starter, that's a B. Above average, but you know, not the best. Um, Octavish fossil, I think it's probably a B for me as well. Silicobra, I'm a fan of snakes, but that's a B. I mean, it's just nothing particularly special. Corviknight, again, another B. I think it's cool enough flying type. The teacup. Now the teacup, I don't know why I'm so fond of this thing, but it's going in A. I don't even like tea that much, and I'm a Brit, so that's pretty offensive to some people, but that's fine. The fish is underwhelming. It gets a bit better when it evolves, but I'm going to put it there for now. Galarian Zigzagoon, he's a good boy, he can go there. I don't like Grapploct and its pre-evolution. They're both going in D tier. I'm just not a fan, I don't think I like the bulky fighting types very much. Not a fan of Machamp and all of that sort of thing. But, yeah. I'm aware that that's probably not what other people think. I'm just not that interested. This thing, I mean, yeah. Alcremie, C tier. I mean, it's got all the forms. It's got its interesting little gimmick, but ultimately it's just like a standard fairy type cupcake thing. The teapot goes in A though. All glory to the teapot. B for the emo water frog thing. A for this boy. He is the best boy. Maybe S actually. He is a very good boy. He's very cute. He's got his old fish. He spits it out and it does things, and that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yamper, probably a B for me. I mean, he's just overrated. He's a corgi. Corgis are fine. They're not like as incredible as everyone seems to think they are. Pikachu is just Pyukumuku, but with attacks. The Hatteran, the little hat boy, Hatena or something, that can go in C tier. I'm just not a fan of the whole hat line. Fully evolved form's a bit better though. I think Centiskorch should be an A for me. I'm really a fan of like the fiery bug type Pokemon. Mostly because of a Sizzlipede I used once in Yoko Watch, which really shouldn't encourage me to be using this thing, and I don't really think I'm a particular fan of its battle style, but I don't know, it just looks cool to me, and it's got a pretty cool Gigantamax form, so that's always a plus. Dracozolt, the fossil, yeah, above average. I mean, probably a high B tier, but I'm not ordering within the tiers. I've got to get through all of these, and I don't want to use up all the space on my computer with film. So I won't really go into that one. Squovit. C tier. It's just a squirrel. It's below average, I'd say, nothing special. S tier for Eternatus though, I mean, that thing's got an amazing Gigantamax form, very cool looking. Dynamax Cannon is a great move, I love it. Dragon Poison typing is amazing, and I wish more Pokemon had it, but I will settle for the only Pokemon having it being very cool. Luganizel, and now this. Amazing typing, I love it. More representation for legendary poison types, please. Please. Okay. Scorbunny. It's a B. Scorbunny's fine. A little Lunoon, Galarian Lunoon. Got to be an A tier for me. Love the sleek design, and just the coloration fits so well. Quite like the fact it's a normal dark type. I mean, I get not liking that type combination, but I'm just a fan. The stupid elephant can go in D tier though. I do not like the elephant. Its stats are horrible for anything other than being like a physical tank, which it does somewhat underwhelmingly. It's just no. And its design isn't exactly the best either. It's pretty ugly. I mean, for a steel type, that's kind of hard to do. It's pretty difficult to make a steel type look bad, in my opinion. Most steel types are pretty good. I mean, you got Metagross, you got Aggron, you've got... Okay. So, Galarian Weezing. I think, again, a B tier for me. I know I'm putting a lot of stuff in there. I think that's just my, like, average and just above average slot. So that's why I'm putting so much stuff in there. C tier is like a low average, and then D tier is things I really don't care for. The Galarian Mr. Mime. Yeah, he's a C tier. He's nothing special. I don't want to talk about that one. Frostmoth though, Frostmoth can be an A tier. I love the design, you know, sleek, elegant. Just captures what an ice type should be. And that's pretty nice. Reboot. B tier. Above average. Just Cursor, very cool. I like what it represents. And it's got some amazing power backing it. Gotta respect it. Probably not my kind of Pokemon to use, but yeah, still a good one. The Steel Trap thingy. Now I'm not going to put that in D tier, I know I hovered over it. But I'm actually rather a fan of Stunfisk and Galarian Stunfisk. Didn't expect it, but they've grown on me. Probably because I grew up with Generation 5 of all the generations. The Penguin. The Penguin is B tier. Fight me. Berserker gets another D tier. I'm sorry. Snom gets an A tier though. Snom definitely deserving of that A tier. Not really much I can see. It's cute. It's a little ice bug. I like it. Roly-Coly. A tier. Galarian Ponyta. Yeah, I'll put that in B. Double for me is a C. I suppose that's just a disappointment of what the old Wooloo evolved into, really. It's just pretty underwhelming in my eyes. Unlike the rest of its family, I'm willing to give the Big Hatch a pass, because I do think it's got more going on in its design. I'm fond of it. I'm fond of its colour scheme. It's a psychic fairy type, and while I don't like every fairy type, I like having some pretty good representation for the typing. The Footballer Bunny is a B tier. This large chungus man gets to go into D tier, I'm sorry. He's just not good. Things that are good though, Cursula. Galarian Corsola even. Wait. I think that's the right name. I think I called that thing Cursula earlier. I hope that's right. Otherwise, this doesn't seem like a very professional opinion. But it's not, you know, it's just my opinion. I play these games for fun. Just out here for a bit of fun, you know? Dotlop can be a B tier for looking kind of funny, but it's a low B tier. Boltund, again, low B tier. It's just a dog. It's a little better than its pre-evolution, maybe, but I just think it's pretty underwhelming. Nothing special, it's just a dog. Applin can go up there, though. It's an apple with eyes, and somehow that's a great Pokemon. It's also a dragon, because why not? Zamazenta, inferior legendary. The green puffball thing, B tier. I don't really think this thing has enough fans that will complain about me putting that there. if it does, I'm sorry, but it's just underwhelming. I mean, I see these things in my back garden sometimes, and you're not supposed to blow on them because it will spread them around, but there's some sort of mythos around blowing them around, and overall it's just not interesting, so I don't know why I've rambled on about it for so long. Best starter. Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with that myself. I originally found the line a bit underwhelming, but they've definitely grown on me. And Bug Psychic's pretty nice typing. This thing can go in C tier though. I don't care for it very much. It's just a glob of cream. That's not a Pokemon. An apple is though, clearly. U, indeededy, B, solid. Mr. Rhyme, C. Mildly creepy. Looks a bit like the Pringles man, and Jellicent already had that one covered, so you've kind of lost your one niche. Phalanx, B tier. High B, admittedly. Controversial pick here. Mr. Poison Electric Everyone Likes Me can go in D tier. Because I'm personally not that big a fan of the anthropomorphic Pokemon. Just puts me off if they look too much like humans. That being said, the human spy Pokemon, Inteleon, definitely goes up in A. I don't know why I like that the most out of all the starters, I just think it's the best looking one. Flapple, easy A tier. This thing's Toxel, better than its evolution, I'll give it that. I'm quite fond of it, even though it's just a crying baby and those are quite annoying. Farfetch with a big leak, can go there. Rapidash, but in rainbow colours, can go in B tier. This abomination looks like its model is stretched. And it's going in C tier because I can't quite bring myself to put it in D. It's not horrible. I wouldn't put it on the same level as the rest of these. Sizzlipede. Good day to you, sir. You're an A tier because I like fire bug types. You benefit from my prejudice. Congratulations. Carkol is a car, and by extension, it gets straight to A tier. Hot Wheels here is the best middle stage of the generation, I'd say. No contest in that, really. Duraludon. Probably a B tier for me. I mean, it's still in Dragon, which are two of my favourite types, but it doesn't do anything particularly interesting with that typing, I'd say. It's not like a Dialga or anything like that. So yeah, I think B tier is reasonable. I still want to put this higher because I really love the fact that they remade your mask, but I just don't find it that compelling. Runrugus gets to move up to A though, because I love how much they've changed it and yet kept the same sort of design. Pretty cool Pokemon. Yeah. I think it's like the awkward middle stage of the Droopy line, but I still think it's good enough to go in B tier, because I'm really fond of the Droopy line, honestly. Stonjourner, a C tier. Stonehenge really isn't as exciting as people make it out to be. It's just a bunch of rocks. I think I've gone past it in the car before, which causes queues. This thing isn't really any different, it's just a standard rock type. Zacian can go in A for being the sword pupper and the better of the two legendaries. Nickit. Very low B tier, I'd say. Possibly near C tier, but I think it's alright. This thing, though, definitely a C tier. Morgrim, probably. Just not for me, honestly. Surfetched, B tier. I mean, I'm glad they did something with Farfetch'd, but fighting types, particularly bulky fighting types, just not my thing. I think I'd probably prefer my fighting type to be fast. Make use of its good coverage, rather than having to take an attack before it gets to attack itself every time. I don't know, I just think it's pretty underwhelming. Galarian Darumaka. I do have a special love in my heart for Darumaka, and I think that's going to keep it in B tier, because I just have a special place in my heart for the regular one, even though I've never used regular Darumaka in a full playthrough. I used it in OU once to some effect, because it's got hustle and a decent attack stat. That happened. Colossal C tier. Just not as good as its other two the other two evolutions in its line. Grimmsnarl, C tier. Morpeko, B tier. Dragapult, I need to go up. I'm going to put Dragapult in S, actually. Big fan of the Dragon Ghost typing. Delta Mega Charizard from Pokemon Insurgents pulls it off well. Dragapult's almost as good. I love the design. And I love the typing. I love the stats. And yeah, all around good pseudo-legendary. So if any of you want to argue with this, particularly this, go ahead and do so in the comments below. I'm sure other people have very different opinions, and I mean, this isn't fact, this is just how I feel about all of these Pokemon. But hey, maybe you can change my mind. Alright, see you in a bit. Peace.